welcome to Anshika IAS Academy. This is Tamilnadu Board History NCRT series. This is chapter number 15, Early Medieval India. There are mainly 5 topics. First, a brief history of Rajput kingdoms. Second, causes and result of Arab conquest of Sindh. Third, Muhammad of Ghazni and its invasions. 4, Muhammad of Ghori's invasion. 5, causes for the failure of Hindu states. After the death of Farsa, there was no political unity in North India for about 5 centuries. The country was split up into a number of states which were constantly fighting and changing their frontiers. The important kingdoms in North India were Kashmir, Gandhara, Sindh, Gujarat, Kannauj, Ajmer, Malwa, Bengal and Assam. In the early 8th century, Kashmir was dominant. Then the Palas of Bengal regained supreme till the Pratiharas became the most powerful rulers of North India, but in the 10th century, the Rashtrakutas of Deccan tried to extend their power in North India, but ultimately failed in their attempts. Rajput kingdoms. The dominance of Rajput began from the 7th and 8th centuries and lasted till the Muslim conquest in the 12th century. Even after that, many Rajput states continued to survive for a long time in a period of Muslim aggression. The Rajputs were the main defenders of the Hindu religion and culture. There are several theories about the origin of Rajputs. They were considered as the descendants of the foreign invaders and the Indian Kshatriyas. The foreign invaders were Indianized and absorbed into Indian society. Many legends of Rajput supports this theory. Therefore, it can be said that diverse elements constitute in the shaping of Rajput clan. They became homogeneous by constant intermarriage and by adopting common customs. They made war as their chief occupation. However, trade and agriculture also prospered. The Arab traders referred to the prosperity of the land and the great trade of the cities. They built strong forts. The Gujar Pratiharas were the earliest of the Rajput rulers. Its first great leader was Harishchandra. He conquered extensive territory in Rajputana and ruled with his capital at Bhinmal. The Gujaras were in different branches. One branch ruled Gujarat and another aided Avanti. The Pratiharas evolved themselves in a three-concerned contest with the Palas of Bengal and Rashtrakutas of Deccan. Later, the Pratiharas became weak. The Chauhans, the most violent of the Rajput races, ruled Ajmer. Vigrahas was their most important king who occupied Delhi. Therefore, the Chauhans faced the onslaught of the Muslim under Muhammad of Ghori. The Parmars were also important Rajput rulers of this period. The most important king was Bhoja. His military conquest as well as cultural contributions remain notable in the history of Rajputs. Constant fighting weakened the Rajput. Also, they never united against a common enemy. Their lack of political foresight and constant rivalries prevented any combined opposition to the Muslim invaders. Arab conquest of Sindh, 712 AD. The religion Islam. The religion Islam was born at Makkah in Arabia. Its founder was Prophet Muhammad, but his teachings made the wealthy people of Makkah his enemies. Therefore, he migrated to Medina. In 622 AD, which was the starting point of Muslim calendar and the Muslim era, called Hijrah. After 8 years, he returned to Makkah with his followers. He died in 632 AD. The followers of Muhammad set up an empire called the Caliphate. The Umayyads and Abbasids were called the Caliphs. They expanded their rule by conquest and spread their religion Islam in 712. Arab conquest of Sindh, 712 AD. The religion Islam was born at Makkah in Arabia. Its founder was Prophet Muhammad, but his teachings made the wealthy people of Makkah his enemies. Therefore, he migrated to Medina in 622 AD, which was the starting point of Muslim calendar and the Muslim era called Hijrah. After 8 years, he returned to Makkah with his followers. He died in 632 AD. The followers of Muhammad set up an empire called the Caliphate. The Umayyads and the Abbasids were called the Caliphs. They expanded their rule by the conquest and spread their religion Islam. In 712 AD, Muhammad bin Qasim invaded Sindh. He was the commander of the Umayyad kingdom. Qasim defeated Dahi, the ruler of Sindh, and killed him in a well-contested battle. His capital Aror was captured. Qasim extended his conquest further into Multan. Qasim organized the administration of Sindh. The people of Sindh were given the status of Nimids. Nimids protected subjects. There was no interference in the lives and property of the people. Soon Qasim was recalled by the Caliph. However, Sindh continued to be under the Arabs, but the Muslims could not expand their authority further into India due to the presence of powerful Hara kingdom in western India. Although the conquest of Sindh did not lead to further conquest immediately, it has resulted in the diffusion of Indian culture abroad. Many Arab travellers visited Sindh. Indian medicine and astronomy were carried to far off lands through the Arabs. The Indian numerals in Arabic from went to Europe through them. Since Sindh was a part of Arab Empire, the inflow of Indian knowledge was great. Muhammad of Ghazni and his invasions. By the end of 9th century AD, the Abbasid Caliphate declined. The Turkish governor established independent kingdoms, and the caliph became only a ritual authority. One among them was Al-Batgin, whose capital was Ghazni. His successor and son-in-law Subutgin wanted to conquer India from the north, where he succeeded in capturing Peshawar from Jaipala. But his raids did not produce a lasting effect. He was succeeded by his son Muhammad of Ghazni AD 997 से 1030 AD 997 से 1030 AD Muhammad of Ghazni. Muhammad is said to have made 17 raids to India. At that time, North India was divided into a number of Hindu states. On the frontier of India, there existed the Hindu Shahi kingdom, which extended from the Punjab to Kabul. The other important kingdoms of North India were Kannauj, Gujarat, Kashmir, Nepal, Malwa, and Bundelkhand. The initial raids were against the Hindu Shahi kingdoms, in which its King Jayapala was defeated in 1001. After this defeat, Jayapala immolated himself because he thought that his defeat was a disgrace. His successor Anandpala fought against Muhammad, but he was also defeated in the Battle of Wahinde. The Hind Shahi capital near Peshawar in 1008. In this battle, Anandpal was supported by rulers of Kannauj and Rajasthan. As a result of his victory at Wahind, Muhammad extended his rule over most of the Punjab. The subsequent raids of Muhammad into India were aimed at plundering the rich temples and cities of northern India. In 1011, he raided Nagarkot in the Punjab hills and Thaneshwar near Delhi. In 1018, Muhammad plundered the holy city of Mathura and also attacked Kannauj. The ruler of Kannauj, Rajyapala, abandoned Kannauj and later died. Muhammad returned via Kalinjar with fabulous riches. His next important raid was against Gujarat in 1024. Muhammad marched from Multan across Rajputana, defeated the Solanki king Bhimadeva first, plundered Anilwada, and sacked the famous temple of Somnath. Then he returned through the Sindh desert. This was his last campaign in India. Muhammad died in 1030 AD. Muhammad was not a mere rider and plunderer of wealth. He built a wide empire from the Punjab in the east to the Caspian Sea on the west, and from Samarkand in north to Gujarat in the south. The Ghaznavid Empire roughly included Persia, Transoxania, Afghanistan, and Punjab. His achievements went due to his leadership and restless activity. Muhammad was considered a hero of Islam by medieval historians. He also patronized art and literature. Firdausi was the poet literate in the court of Muhammad. He was the author of Shahnama al-Baruni, stayed in Muhammad's court, and wrote the famous Kitab-e-Hind, an account on India. His conquest of Punjab and Multan completely changed the political situation in India. He paved the way for the Turks and Afghans for further conquest and make deeper incursions into the Gangetic Valley at any time. He drained the resources of India by his repeated raids and deprived India of her manpower. The exhaustions of India's economic resources and manpower had its adverse effect on the political future of India. The Hindu Shahi kingdom was guarding the gates of India against foreign invaders. Muhammad destroyed it and thus India's frontiers became defenseless. The inclusion of Punjab and Afghanistan in Ghazni's kingdom made the subsequent Muslim conquest of India comparatively easy. Muhammad Ghori. The Ghoris started as vassals of Ghazni but became independent after the death of Muhammad, taking advantage of the decline of the Ghaznavid Empire. Muizzuddin Muhammad, popularly known as Muhammad Ghori, brought Ghazni under the control, having made his position strong and secure. The Ghazni Muhammad Ghori turned his attention to India. Unlike Muhammad of Ghazni, he wanted to conquer India and extend his empire in this direction. Muhammad Ghori. The Ghoris started as vassals of Ghazni but became independent after the death of Muhammad, taking advantage of the decline of the Ghaznavid Empire. Muizzuddin Muhammad, popularly known as Muhammad Ghori, brought Ghazni under their control, having made this position strong and secure at Ghazni. Muhammad Ghori turned his attention to India. Unlike Muhammad of Ghazni, he wanted to conquer India and extend his empire in this direction. In 1175, Muhammad Ghori captured Multan and occupied whole of Sindh in his subsequent expeditions. In 1186, he attacked Punjab, captured it from Khusru Malik, and annexed it to his dominions. The annexation of Punjab carried his dominion eastward to the Satluj and led his invasion of the Chauhan kingdom. The Battle of the Rhine, 1191. Realizing their grave situation, the Hindu princes of North India formed a confederacy under the command of Prithviraj Chauhan. Prithviraj rose to the occasion and defeated Ghori in the Battle of the Rhine near Delhi in 1191 AD. Muhammad Ghori felt greatly humiliated by this defeat. To avenge this defeat, he made serious preparations and gathered an army of 120,000 men. He came with his large force to Lahore via Peshawar and Multan. He sent a message to Prithviraj asking him to acknowledge his supremacy and become a Muslim. Prithviraj rejected this proposal and prepared to meet the invader. He gathered a large force consisting of 3 lakh horses, 3,000 elephants, and a large body of foot soldiers. Many Hindu rajas and chieftains also joined him in the ensuing Second Battle of the Rhine in 1192. Muhammad Ghori thoroughly routed the army of Prithviraj, who was captured and killed. The Second Battle of the Rhine was a decisive battle. It was a major disaster for the Rajputs. Their political prestige suffered a serious setback. The whole Chauhan kingdom now lay at the feet of the invader. The first Muslim kingdom was thus firmly established in India at Ajmer, and a new era of the history of India began. After his brilliant victory over Prithviraj at the Rhine, Muhammad Ghori returned to Ghazni, leaving behind his favorite general Qutbuddin Aibak to make further conquest in India. Aibak consolidated his position in India by occupying places like Delhi and Meerut. In 1193, he prepared the ground for another invasion by Muhammad Ghori. This invasion was directed against the Gahadwala ruler Jayachandra. Muhammad routed Jayachandra's forces. Muhammad routed Jayachandra's forces. Kannauj was occupied by the Muslims after the Battle of Chandavar. The battles of the Rhine and Chandavar contributed to the establishment of Turkish rule in India. Causes for the failure of Hindu kingdom. The causes for the downfall of Hindu states have to be analyzed historically. The most important cause was that lacked unity. They were divided by factions. The Rajput princes exhausted one another by their mutual conflicts. Secondly, many Hindu states were declining in power. Their military methods were out of date and far inferior to those of Muslims. Indians continued to rely on elephants while the Muslims possessed quick-moving cavalry. The Muslim soldiers had better organization and able leaders. Their religious zeal and their greed for greater wealth of India provided stimulus to them. Among the Hindus, the duty of fighting was confined to a particular class, the Kshatriyas. Moreover, the Hindus were always on the defensive, which was always a weak position. Learning outcomes. A brief history of the Rajput kingdom in northern India, Arab conquest of Sindh and its rules, causes and results of the Muhammad of Ghazni's invasion of India, Muhammad of Ghori and his capture of Indian territories, causes for the failure of Hindu states against Muslim invasions. Thanks for watching.